this volume good enough for you? I'm trying to keep it low, but not so low that we can't hear it.
Yeah.
There's a bulkhead over here. There's food over here. We're going inside. Let's head inside.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey.
All right. I think this is what we're gonna end up on, Jeff.
Okay.
If that's good with you.
Okay.
So hey, we're in the stream, Jeff.
We are in the stream.
Whoops.
Yeah, you went. Darby, we are officially watching the first press conference.
E3 2018, Jeff.
Yep, the most exciting conference as well.
It is kind of a bummer one to start off with, but that means that it's just going to build up and build up and build up, you know? Alright, let me entertain the if this is going up. Let me just see how this
The people. Okay, we got sports, we got Anthem, we got explosions, we got guns, we got EA. In the world.
I want food anyway, so I'm gonna go get food and see how this sounds.
Darby, you might miss the thing. You're
Is it starting now?
you're watching missing the AR. Missing Andrea Renee.
Oh my gosh, who was that?
Which is also AR.
So that was Anthem.
Oh,
We're going to talk about
Andrea.
that a little bit later in the
Yeah,
show.
she's hosting, you know?
Welcome
Yeah, I know.
everybody to EA Play. I'm Andrea Renee. And while you might recognize me from the gaming community, I'm kind of a new face around here. So this year, EA wanted to change things up because they know that I'm both a gamer and a fan. So they invited me to come and host the show. And I think this year is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I hope you're ready. Because we're about to kick the press conference off. But before we do that, EA Play is more than just the show you're about to watch. Right behind these doors, there is a fan fest outside, and it is huge this year. It's a full 3-day gaming festival where thousands of gamers can come and play games for free. Now, inside the theater here, there are hundreds of community members from all over the world.
Sorry, it was muted. No, she is not. Sorry, she's not excited for any other game than Anthem. But I can understand it.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for really any game that I can think of.
There was a leak this morning from this.
And I don't know what the leak was.
The one game.
Give you the first look. Yeah, we can climb it up. Last month, but we've got some new stuff to show you today. Then we're going to move on to FIFA 19, and boy, do they have some big news, you guys. Any World Cup fans? You guys excited?
World Cup fan, Jeff?
How about NBA Finals?
Indie games to share, and then I'm going to
Did Cleveland lose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty badly.
To give you guys a nice, meaty look at Anthem. And of course, yeah, we got the woos for Anthem.
Oh yeah, we don't know what your bets are.
You want to do this for
You can't pay attention. Do you have your...
It's on my other computer.
I told you all the secrets at once,
I
right?
can at least look at Will's.
Give him a break. He needs
Keep
to
track,
enjoy the show.
because I do not have any EA
So
bets.
without further ado, let's get things started.
Well, I'm here to report it doesn't sound terrible.
Okay, so what we're looking for Will's bets is at least 2 AAA games we announced have a Battle Royale mode, not including Battlefield.
Okay.
And EA addresses the loot bot controversy.
Interesting.
There's only 2 things
They
we're looking
already
at.
kind of did that before.
It's been 2 weeks since we read about the 5. And you know what? It's been exciting, it's been a lot of speculation, and so many brilliant remixes on the reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more gameplay innovations. You want to know how customization actually works, and you want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is the deepest and most immersive battlefield yet.
It certainly is. You will be able to dive and smash through windows to surprise your enemies. Where previously defenses were stationary, you will now be able to move these weapons around on the battlefield and gain advantages. And our renowned destruction system is back and more impactful than ever. So, well, you can't really hide from those pesky tanks anymore as they come chasing it for you, as they rip through those buildings. And you will now be able to customize your soldiers, your vehicles, and your weapons, not only for the gameplay, but for the looks, as part of our portrayal of the Second World War.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg in Battlefield 5. You're going to see a lot more of our new gameplay systems here at EA Play from our community. So, let's talk about our single player in the War Stories.
Yes, let's do that. So we want to tell you about those untold
It's a slightly lackluster. I thought there was going to be some big trailer before people talk, but I guess it
They
is.
showed a little something.
It is EA.
moments of human heroism. It is about
That does look like a real person.
the eyes of the men and the women who shaped the world forever. Real and
Uh-oh, they used the W word.
facing the brutality of
What W where I would.
Woman.
started by
Not in my battlefield. On the record, everyone's really stupid when it comes to that.
Yep.
Real dumb.
So,
It's a video game, who cares?
No.
is just the beginning. You will all go on an expanding journey through the Second World War. No loot boxes, no premium pass.
That count?
Ain't it? I think so.
Okay.
New. And as part of that journey,
We shouldn't have let them get away with that.
get something I know a lot.
I felt like we did a, I don't know.
Everyone got some freebies.
It's
Yeah.
Royale.
Okay, Battle Royale, but we didn't count this one because it was already.
Right.
Royale
Correct.
reimagined for Battlefield.
And Will had to have like 3 battle royales.
Two.
Two. Okay.
Triple A's in these conferences. Well, I guess maybe not in the conferences, just AAA in general.
Announced or whatever.
But odds are, if a Battle Royale AAA game is announced, it's going to be in these conferences.
More about
Yes.
that later this year.
Alright, well, Jeff, I'm putting out the link.
It's time to show you
So,
what makes Battlefield
Make sure you
so
talk
special.
because we might have a few
The
people watching.
unmatched intensity of our multiplayer sandbox, and this time,
I'm sorry,
it's
people.
even more
I
epic.
promise the other ones will be
Fighting
more
across
exciting.
multiple maps and modes.
Yeah.
Welcome to your next Battlefield experience, and this is your first look at ground operations. And this time, even featuring music.
Okay, jumping out airplane. Going down, there's a bunch of fire going on. Okay, we got tanks
Tanks.
in first person.
And hammers. We're excited to announce it's an all-hammer battlefield.
People love the frying pan in PUBG, so we thought hammers was the next step.
Yep. We see the trends.
We see the memes. EA would be the company to say to do that kind of things like, we saw the memes. We know what you want. Yeah, that didn't look fun. Plane crashed and the propeller or whatever, it was like a guy. When it was crashing, he was running and he died. It's brutal. Excuse me, why are they speaking American?
It's always annoying typing on EA E3.
Exclusive first look in the Xbox E3 briefing tomorrow.
God, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. No, this is the FIFAs. Or the,
But what if Mario comes out?
please. Just, please. I'd actually be excited.
Oh yeah, random, but I played the Mario Tennis Aces demo.
How was it?
It's a good game, Darby.
Is it still going on?
Nah, it was only last weekend. Everyone seems to have loved it.
Alright, Jeff. Well, it's just FIFA. I'm gonna go get some sort of food because I'm dying.
Okay.
So, you entertain.
Stop kicking things, Darby. Oh. I feel like these people are important, and I should know who they are, but I don't. And right there is probably lost any viewers we might have. Okay, we got a trophy. Shiny.
Still FIFA.
Still FIFA.
That's the UEFA Champions League, the pinnacle of club football, where the world's best clubs compete, and icons of the game like Gerrard and Cruyff cemented their legacies. The world's biggest league.
Oh, sorry, Dad. We didn't let you know that it started yet.
And a special thanks to the legendary Hans Zimmer and LA's own Vince Staples.
I keep thinking, oh, while it's FIFA, I can keep doing this stuff. That's probably going to be this whole conference is. Oh, I don't need to watch
How
this.
the Champions League comes to life in FIFA 19. And Lena's
That's
gonna
why
tell
this
us
is-
more about that.
As much as we hate that EA's the first one, it's the best one to test this stuff out on.
Yeah.
It's where football's biggest heroes like Ronaldo and Neymar clash.
Do that every time, Darby.
And it's the
Yeah, I know.
place where champions
Which,
rise.
yeah, by the way, guys, we kind of came in hot with the stream and everything. The setup was very hard to get to, so apologize for all of that. And definitely watch our other ones because, number one, we're going to be a little more interested in them. And number two, I think we'll have our setup more nailed down. And I maybe won't be eating things on camera, but I'm so...
In your story mode, the journey,
There's a chance we might be eating stuff on Monday.
Might be. Might be.
and we share more details on that along with all our other Ultimate Team features later this summer.
And all that's just the
Oh
beginning.
yeah, Darby. So what's the?
This is working pretty okay, though, so...
Cool.
And this year we're
So
giving
what's
you
the-
tools to control the pitch in every moment. From your tactical
I like that you're able to watch the other conferences. I know obviously tomorrow you'll be able to watch in Sony since that's at night.
Monday doesn't start till 4, right?
Starts at 1. Because Square Enix starts at 1.
Forgot about Square. What's after Square?
Ubisoft at 4.
Oh.
That's a big day.
At least I should probably be able to get off by Ubisoft.
Okay. I could.
Square, I might not be able to.
Okay, maybe you can help me get this stuff set up on my laptop, and maybe I can just stream for Square.
OBS is free.
And
But
it,
the thing I'm using to do this.
you can help me set all this stuff up and get everything. I can take the mic.
You can do it on your new laptop with your webcam.
That's.
I
I was thinking.
Let's do that. Let's look at that tonight.
Standing next to this trophy is a little bit surreal.
God, EA is always so awkward.
Growing up, there's two iconic trophies that every
I feel like it's like
It's always just people who don't want to be there, like, or people who are just like awkwardly talking and standing.
pursuit of Champions League glory.
Well, here's the thing. Obviously, this kind of conference appeals to someone because they keep on doing it.
I mean, these games are. I mean, like,
They don't.
FIFA's like one of the biggest games in the world. I mean, I get it. But
Yeah.
Beat for it in FIFA 18.
they're just very, very, very,
You
very
can imagine
corporate and structured, and I think it's because they have a lot of people who like have money staked in this, so you don't want to do anything too crazy.
Oh yeah. I meant to tell you this earlier. You know how I got called in for jury duty this week?
Yep.
I Nintendo Switch. Okay, but
Oh, is it immediately?
Sure. But I had to do a little check-in thing to see on things. It got canceled, so I do not have to worry about it. Also, I can watch all the conferences, no problem.
Good. Like, yeah, Jeff had jury duty in the worst possible day you
I
could
had it
have it for
Monday.
either.
Started at 9, so depending how it went, I could have gotten out by Square, but there's
No, you
also
don't
the
have to worry
chance
about
it went all day and then into Tuesday.
It's just me who does not look that visually great.
Apologies to any England fans.
Maybe it
that
does.
might still stink.
It's the Switch
Edwin
version.
isn't the only one who's excited.
Was that the Switch version?
FIFA 18 players
Might
are
have been.
loving the World Cup experience so far. But we don't want to stop there. We want to invite everyone to come enjoy the celebration. So I'm pleased to
Story has
announce
already been going on for
that
15
a limited
minutes.
time, FIFA 18
Strap in, folks.
with the
Oh,
entire
yeah.
World Cup experience is available for a free
Well,
trial
this
on
should be our
PlayStation
shortest.
and Xbox One and on PC.
Post-
You gonna get that FIFA free trial, Jeff?
Yeah, you can download and play the entire game right now.
I know they mentioned Switch, but I don't see Switch down there.
Yeah.
It might be a coming later thing.
Wait, you can play the whole game for free right now. Does that mean,
Oh, that's the old version.
We've got some of the world
19 will be
yeah.
the one.
We're going to be playing live at the end of the show, representing
That's
their
pretty good.
nation
That's pretty cool, though.
in the World Cup tournament.
And this summer will bring so much more for FIFA fans.
We should probably pay attention to it. Get our facts straight, because they mentioned Switch. We don't know what exactly they meant by that.
Yeah, so.
But in the meantime, let's all enjoy the World Cup. Thank you, and auf Wiedersehen!
Words.
Good morning.
Andrew Wilson, CEO.
EA Sports.
Oh, yeah.
FIFA
Woo.
19. You know, the FIFA community never rests. 20 million people from 60 countries playing.
So, as of right now, Darby, for the bet things,
The FIFA team never rests either.
I think was winning with that whole, if we're counting that whole addressing the loot box thing.
We can't wait for you to experience it all.
I'm sorry, say that again.
We've got so much to do.
If we're counting the whole do the loot box things, Will's winning at the moment. He has 2, I have 1, you have nothing.
Great. I feel like I'm going to do very badly.
And you guys actually have lost bets so far.
Well, this E3 was very weird.
Yeah?
It feels
Leaks
like
all over the
E3
place.
was just is done already, or is half done already.
You lost bet because of a leak.
Yep.
Potentially. The Assassin's Creed one.
Yeah.
Didn't know if it would have gone that way, but it sealed it for you.
Is going to have a profound impact on our
But
industry.
I was right. I was right to be pessimistic. Crackdown is pushed back to next year.
Freaking blows my mind.
That's a whole nother conversation. We'll talk about that obviously tomorrow.
Pioneering into this cloud gaming world. For many people, that's going to mean extending the experiences they already play on our partner platforms. For
That
others,
inside?
it's going to mean new games and new modalities of
Yep.
play across a whole variety of platforms. But for everyone,
Was Inside always EA and I didn't know it?
games,
I don't think so.
anywhere,
No,
anytime.
Playdead's independent.
So this week we've got a
They might?
tech demo
Okay.
running. All of our games streaming in HD from the cloud
Why is it inside
to
there?
multiple devices that you better try out for yourselves.
I mean, it might not be
Now,
only
it's
EA
not quite
games.
ready for full market
It's the only
price,
non-EA game.
but it is a
Or maybe they
promise
bought
of what we
Playdead
hope
on.
to bring you in the future. The second part of that, of course, is subscription. And we started subscription a number of years ago, and many millions of you have signed up and experienced the joy of being able to have full access to a great catalogue of games. Today, we're announcing Origin Access Premiere. So three
Premiere.
things you know about. Origin Access Premiere will bring you all of our new PC games, starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's actually cool.
FIFA 19, Battlefield 5, and of course Anthem. And there'll be many more titles in the years to come. Second, you get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers. And third, it will launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year, but if you want to get started right now and experience the benefits and joys of subscription, come in and play a free trial of Origin Access, our base subscription, this weekend. Thank you and have a great show.
Interesting.
But because of our new laptops, PC gaming appeals to us slightly more.
Yeah. Me and Jeff both got some pretty beefy gaming laptops in the last few days.
So we can take advantage of all those free Twitch games.
So it's a new subscription. Is it? They
I
say
think it's like a new tier.
okay. And it's just for PC games.
Yep, it looks like it. Yeah, this is whatever it's called. Whatever, yeah, it's been a thing. It's like it's just like a little beefier version.
It's
More premium. More premiere.
Premiere.
Or of the day, kids. Premiere.
I mean, I don't need another subscription.
I just realized
but-
Batman was in that.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I don't think it's just a EA,
So
obviously.
I'm here, sitting inside the crowded EA Play, and I just happened to find Mr. Vince Appel here in the audience from Respawn.
Respawn Star Wars?
Today.
I'm feeling great.
They
We'll do another one.
Yeah, sing something.
All right.
I mean, someone's super excited about that man on PC, right? Yeah! So, you guys may have seen that Vince was tweeting yesterday, and there has been a bunch of speculation. So, you want to just get right to it?
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. The teams are kicking ass. But we wanted to bring a little tidbit. So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be. And we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Any guesses?
Got your attention.
Got my attention.
It's going wild right now.
I hope so. So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like hold the
What?
Yes.
So Vince, you got anything else?
Well, it takes place during the Dark Times. Trying to be a little vague here, but when the Jedis are being hunted, so it's going to be spectacular.
So for all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in the timeline, like between which episodes is it?
I wouldn't call myself quite.
Between 3 and 4.
Okay, all right, between 3 and 4. That sounds like a nice time. You got any other tidbits?
It's not a nice.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
This is awkward.
Bad time. Does
So
that
they
mean
not
it's
have a
gonna be
trailer? They're
all
just gonna
dark?
talk about it for a second?
It's amazing.
All right, so I think people are now anxiously want to know like when can we play the game?
It will be holiday of next year, 2019, not this year.
Sorry to dash you
Figured
out.
that.
Yeah.
But now that we know, we can set expectations. We're all going to be amped up.
Oh, God,
And
stop.
hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Vince, it was great to see you. Thanks for stopping by our show today. We do have a little bit more news on Star Wars, so I'm going to toss it over to Dan.
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront, yeah. Oh my God! Just don't say anything. If that's all it's gonna be, just don't say it.
I can't wait to go back to the
Or just pop it up there with just the name and a lightsaber noise. If all you're revealing was the name,
I'm really happy and excited to be here today, so thank
that
you
seems clumsy.
for hanging out with
That's gonna be something I go back and watch. Like kind of funny, easy as the reaction to.
me here.
That felt
Clearly
clumsy.
we didn't get it quite right. So instead of coming out of the gate sprinting like we really wanted to, we had to take a step back and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So we decided to completely overhaul our progression system and add a bunch of new
Okay, I think it's different.
Oh,
You have to
he
look at it.
absolutely won.
Yeah.
I want
seals
to
it.
hear it.
We added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And thank you.
Ewoks!
It turned out to be by far the most popular update of the game, and
It's
the
like a
team
horror
loved
mode with
building
them.
Ewok hunt. So, as you might know, we're
Showing
currently
that over and over.
in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place. And
Movie wasn't
it features
terrible,
the
Jeff.
return of
Yeah,
one
it's
of our
good.
favorite modes, Extraction.
I will never know though.
So looking forward a little bit.
I mean,
This summer,
I don't need to
we
see
will
it
be
again. I mean, it wasn't
introducing a new
mind-blowing.
squad system to the game, which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends. We're also adding a new Starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ships. And looking ahead a little bit more, we will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox experience focused around capturing command posts and attacking and taking out capital ships. But that's not all.
I mean, it's like the
We
old
know
stuff, I guess.
that you have been asking for
So, I
new
mean, I
heroes,
guess that's not
villains,
in there.
and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars.
Cool. That's what everyone wants is prequel crap.
That we begin on the planet
People like the
Geonosis,
cartoon.
featuring multiple levels, including the largest level we
So I
have
heard.
ever
Yeah,
built
I haven't
for
watched it,
Battlefront.
so I can't. I shouldn't be.
So let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, let me introduce the most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful droid army in the galaxy.
I'm all
General
surprised he wasn't already in the
I-
game.
I-
He will be
no, I'm
going up
surprised,
against
too.
My own personal favorite.
I probably would have
Jedi
predicted that he
Master
was.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I was thinking Obi-Wan Kenobi was on the
Finally
game.
making his debut in Battlefront after all these years.
I
So-
guess
but
not.
We're not done. That's not it. We're not alone. Joining them is the
Man, I could have had an easy bet.
Alliance, Count Dooku, as well as someone to bring balance to the Force.
They're just naming them.
Obi-Wan's unruly
Show 'em.
Padawan, Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, you're mad at us, so here's a bunch of
Extremely
prequel stuff.
excited to be building all of these cool things. EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I really think that this game has a bright future. Thank you very much for playing the game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us. Together, we will make this the greatest game that we can possibly build. There would be no Battlefront without you. So thank you, may the Force be with you, and enjoy the rest of E3.
So I mean, this is damage control, but it's too little, too late, right? I mean,
Yeah.
nothing that was said right there is gonna be like, oh,
Because they didn't show anything.
Battlefront's fixed. I mean, they didn't show anything for either of the either of the Star Wars things, and especially. There we go, buddy.
That was the thing that leaked.
Okay, okay. That makes sense.
Yes. He has a little horn on his head.
I'm about to say, what? Did he always have that horn?
No.
He's a unicorn already now.
Best game of this conference.
Compared to already. Anthem's coming, but it's just nope. Okay. Oh, is this the guy that was very awkward last time, or is this someone?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, it's really good to see you.
Yes, I think it is.
In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start. You lose everything, including your spark. But when things are at their darkest,
Yarny friend.
and you
Hello,
form
Yarn
a
friend.
new bond, and your spark
Co-op?
is rekindled,
That'd be
and
dope.
it leads
Probably.
you off on an adventure. So welcome to Unravel 2.
I would have to imagine this co-op.
It's a game about fresh starts and second chances. These two little souls who refuse to give up.
I wish this didn't leak like
and build
literally this
something
morning.
New
Yeah,
and beautiful
didn't see
together.
it.
And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with two characters. You can play it alone, or you can play it in co-op with a friend. But there's
Nice.
always two characters there, sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure.
Cool.
We should play this, Darby.
We should.
This game, it's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging, but above all,
Oh no.
it's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy successor. And I want to show it to you now, so I brought some help. So please welcome Michael to the stage. So
Unravel
producer at Coldwood.
TW. I need a different chair.
And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
Awkward smiles.
So this wasn't prepared.
Oh no.
Oh
There we are.
no. This game. Or I mean, just
Yeah.
I mean, this
Playing it
conference.
by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game.
That's weird. Ghost children.
And we actually tried to include a bit more of those because we figured
There's a
that
chicken.
this is a co-op game, we wanted
Or a turkey.
Kill a turkey.
It's a chicken turkey.
thrill and danger and kind of wow moments. Places that were like fun and exciting.
Old man had old man back, Jeff.
Wait till you get to
And then
24.
when you get to the more fuzzy areas like this, when you're problem solving, you can split apart into two and switch back and forth between two characters. Because that's how we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game, that you're always working
Okay,
together
so
and
you have
helping each other out.
so when you're playing alone, you
Utilizing this bond
switch back and
between you
forth.
to overcome any
Wall
obstacles
jumps.
that come across.
It seems like the game would be completely different if you're both controlling it. Or it seems like it'd be a lot slower on your own. But
Yeah.
I hope it's not one of those things where it feels like it was meant for two.
Okay, I'll be blue. Little celebratory flip there.
But I think making it a co-op thing is smart.
And the bird is back.
Mm-hmm.
It almost kind of seems like a extension from A Way Out
Yeah.
being, successful.
And
Obviously,
it's-
this had to be in development before they knew A Way Out was going to be successful, but still.
There's also a good way to make it different from the first game.
Yeah.
Like making sure the puzzles don't feel the exact same.
Yeah. And you might just come to know these EA original things as,
Okay, this is the scary part.
fun things you can do with your friend.
Got it?
I hope this isn't the only EA original we get this year.
Yeah, I'm not too.
They've
Seems to be-
averaged one a
It's
year.
doing really well for them, but this might be the only one.
Well done. Well done.
Then the makes it a little mix. On one hand, yay Unravel 2. Hype.
Yes.
But also,
I'll go up and distract
I would be
you.
interested to see what the next one is.
At least showing gameplay, and because of that hiccup at the beginning, you know it's real. You know this isn't canned footage. Like,
That's an actual turkey trying to kill him.
no, yeah, it's real life turkey.
Yeah. They're paying the turkey. He's a turkey actor.
Yeah, well, of course, in the turkey union, it's really rough.
No Darby.
It's hard to.
Before I get to the point, is this coming out this year? Or is it coming out early next year?
That I was gonna ask you that same question.
I feel like it's going to be early next year.
That's where my heart would be.
It'd feel weird. There's just too much that we know of for later this year.
Yeah.
Unravel 2.
And again, Anthem's at the beginning of next year.
But it's not flashy, but for the Unraveled fans, that's cool. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like to see that.
Before I go, I just want to send some love to the team back home, because working on this game has been a completely amazing team effort in so many levels, and everybody has worked so hard. So there's a bunch of us from Coldwood here, and thank you to those, and thank you to everybody back home, and
Oh, wouldn't do it.
thank you. Love you.
Can you plug my computer in? I forgot to ever do that. Like the charger is that big block. The blue light you see is the end of it. It's like in the back of my thing. I'm just under this. I can't really get there.
More Unravel. Give me that release date / window. Give it to me, EA. Do something good. No! Do it during Madden.
I'm sorry I plugged it up, okay? Dang it.
Look at the balloon. Whee.
Purdy.
Yep.
Does it look better than the first Unravel? I didn't really play it, so I don't really remember. I mean, the stories still look about the same.
I think so. There's like more stuff going. Like I feel like there's more stuff going on with the animals and stuff, and the people in the background.
Hmm. Nope.
Thank you, Martin, and the brilliant team at Coldwood. The great
No.
game is really strong. These guys have done an amazing job, and it's clear that they have a lot of passion and I can't personally wait to play Unravel with my kids. But what's even more amazing is that we will. So thank you, Martin, and thank you to the team at Kobe. Back in 2015, we started on this journey with the original Unravel.
I hope we didn't dismiss the release date.
Creative, independent developers and bring them into our EA.
Or at least be able to look it up afterwards.
It's our way of helping
But it's still talking about EA originals, which is good.
Yes.
to the world and to tell their stories. And last year, if you remember, Joseph Fares was up here on stage presenting his team at Haze Light.
You gotta name him.
Yep, that name.
You all kind of remember that? And you might even remember him from the Game Awards as well. I decided it. Anyhow, in March that game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new. And you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio.
Nice.
So stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to work with independent developers to help them realize their dreams. So how personal this story was. It's one that carries a very powerful and important message, and it's unlike anything we've ever done. So please welcome Coney Gepper to the stage from Joe My Games to tell you more about Sea of Solitude.
Okay.
Okay. Give me more EA originals.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Patrick. I still remember during the pitch how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like, our whole team, including me, were super excited.
Actually, they might have shown this game off already.
It feels a little bit the same right now.
At some point. Can't remember when though.
Pretty excited.
It looks kind of familiar.
A little too excited.
It's the thing now to send like indie game studios who never talked on the stage before.
A small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are developing Sea of Solitude, or SOS as we call it. The whole journey from the very first concept to
Got 40
actually
minutes in.
becoming a part of EA Originals is simply amazing. Let me tell you more about our game. When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This is at the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS. What makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how the concept seems to just float out of me right into the hand and onto the paper. I think this is also why so many people can instantly connect with the game, because it's not a made-up story, even though that it takes place in a fantastic setting. In SOS, we try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends, and family see those who struggle. We achieve all this in playful ways so that players who want to simply enjoy a fantastic experience can do so. But player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal a whole emotional world beneath it all. Sea of Solitude is about a young woman named Kay who is suffering from such strong loneliness that her inner feeling, the darkness, the anger, the hopelessness, worthlessness, turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance. Some needs to become bigger. Some would be better off in
I want EA to learn to show, not tell.
embrace.
Yeah.
I really want them to learn to show, not tell.
Or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope. This is what being human is all about. And that's what our game is all about. Thank you.
Is this real?
This world that I live in is empty and cold. The loneliness cuts me and touches my soul. I'm no child of destiny and no fortune's son. I've just chased you so long now, I'm too weak to run. A new day is here, but nothing is new. Alone in my room, I tremble for you.
It was muted. I'm sorry.
Dang it.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. While it's
Yeah.
basketball, like that seemed that. I mean, obviously, it's one of those things we don't know much about the game, but just from like a tone piece type of deal.
I will watch it again, early 2019, which there are more and more games being announced for that time, but nothing for me so far. We got
Yeah.
Anthem, Crackdown, Days Gone announced for there.
Yeah,
I really don't.
some of those Sony, like I could see Ghost of Tsushima or something. There's gonna be other things, but
Well, I mean, I don't think Ghost of Tsushima with Days Gone there.
that's also true. But
And again, that since it's an EA original, it'll probably be no more than $30. So
probably, yeah. I mean, art style was very, very cool to me.
yeah,
And just all these, I mean, EA originals, I mean, I don't think any of them have been bad, and they've all been...
Fifa, however you want to pronounce that thing's been the worst one, and that's definitely not bad from what I've seen / heard from the game.
Yeah, I mean, this is, the EA originals is like the coolest thing EA has done, definitely.
I'm happy we
Just
got
giving-
2 of them this year.
Yes. Yeah.
That makes this the best one they've had in years.
Yeah. But God, just presentation-wise, they gotta learn to just get to it faster. It always feels like EA's conference is so much more of a drag than anyone else's.
I think it's a mix of because, yeah, they just don't shut up. And it can be really awkward at times.
Yeah.
And they show the same games for the most part. I mean, we get Madden, FIFA, basketball game, some kind of and shooters that we get all those every year.
It's too predictable to be like he's drawn out, drawn out as it is. It's just kind of, yeah.
BioWare games is the reason most people were interested, like the surprise of those games.
I mean, that's gonna be the Anthem's
and
gonna
Star
be,
Wars games.
Anthem's gonna be the last one they've shown so that people stick around through all of this,
Yeah.
which is smart, but
Yeah.
still, I mean, like I just feel like you could make EA's press conference a lot tighter.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, they brought out football players.
Juju Smith, oh gosh.
Good, Debbie, how you doing? I've been good. You still recovered from that butt whooping? Wow, already starting. Okay.
Madden NFL 18 champion. Respect the champ.
Against an actual football player.
Yes.
That's pretty fire.
Who would win?
As you guys know, this is Young Kid, Madden 18, Madden champion. Like, give it up for Young Kid.
But is he the kind of funny world champ?
The Madden champion looks like so much different than like Overwatch players and like any other pro sport.
How has it been? Your success and your path.
He shows up with some cut up jeans. And
It's I've always been a competitor.
He has the
when
belt.
I was in high school, I was playing
does have the
baseball,
belt.
my arm.
I don't have a belt,
So then I
so
picked
like,
up
I'm sitting here
Madden.
trashing.
Why don't we make a
I
belt
don't
for our
have
Let's
any
Plays,
belt.
Derby?
We should. I want a belt. We could go to Walmart and buy the cheapest like kid belt, like kids WWE belt imaginable.
You want to do that, Darby?
We should do that. We should totally do that.
You want to do? If you have nothing to do after we,
Yep.
Number two.
this isn't decently early conference.
You get other equipment anyway.
Or go to the tournament.
Yeah.
So, like, what did you do? I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
Chase that money.
Gotta chase that money. He
You got a diploma, though.
He I think he makes the money moves. Jeff. That's what he said.
That's the kids call these days.
You had some ups and downs.
I have
It's
those
been tough.
headphones.
I've had a lot of devastating losses. I've been so close so many times. I made the final on TV. And
Yeah,
got
but he gets
blown
paid to
out.
use them properly.
All
He
those
does.
losses, and a lot of mental toughness, and that's why
No,
I got
Bose
so-
isn't paying me to wear them on the stream. I really wonder why. You know, I probably shouldn't show them. That's free advertisement. That
Yeah.
Bose is getting.
To the.
So today,
Do we even have anyone watching this?
at the Madden NFL trailer.
But we might in the future, Jeff.
It's gonna be so fun.
When I
It's lit.
post it
I
up.
honestly wish I can stay right here and talk to you guys forever.
I think last year our EA talk was about 20 minutes and might be the same this time.
We're out.
But we got 2 EA originals we have to talk about.
Yeah.
That should at least add a couple minutes.
And Anthem's going to be interesting, I'm sure, to talk about.
But and then we can rip further into their style of
Yeah.
presentation.
The Jaguars are big enough to be present in the Madden trailer.
I mean,
And
they show the Browns,
on,
so
the,
it doesn't
on
really...
the good side of one.
Oh.
Like, it was...
Frostbite.
It ruins every... It's so hard to develop for in every game. But damn, does it look pretty.
And you rise so that you can truly see.
Brady.
Never about reaching the end of the road at all. But about all the moments that got you here.
Pretty overdramatic. So you think there's going to be
I don't think they were-
some story mode thing in it? Like last year?
I feel like they would have started with that.
I don't know.
Well, I guess they could do that. Okay, these are the things we've changed to enhance it. So here's the reason we give you to buy it again this year. And now here's the story mode.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it being... Like, a lot of these announcements have had, like, here's this, here's someone awkwardly talking, and then here's one more thing. I can see the
Or
story mode
awkwardly
being one more
talking the announcement. For some reason, T.O. was in that throughout that.
thing. He's on the cover.
Yeah.
Because it's
the
apparently
Hall
the
of
Hall
Fame
of Fame
edition.
edition, yeah. But why T.O.?
I don't know.
If I had to both meet, like, kind of your team had to... Both of us had to go through T.O.
Here alongside Redwood Studios General Manager Michael Martinez. How you doing today?
I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to do this
There
presentation
you
a
go.
little bit differently and give you your first look at a brand new mobile game in a live, winner-take-all, head-to-head match.
Oh god, I wasn't even thinking this was about to watch. No! EA, stop!
Tap the destination, the unit automatically moves there. The most efficient way to destroy the opponent's base is with this giant nuclear missile in the center of the map. Control the
So,
missile
Darby,
by standing on a majority of the control points.
how excited you are for the Square Enix conference? They have a good bit of stuff to show, exciting things to show, and they actually have announcements. And it's supposed to be like Nintendo Direct style.
And like short, right? Did they say it was?
They haven't. They just said it like it's not like a press conference like footage,
It's a
which
video.
people instantly go to Direct style.
Right.
I mean, they could still be a good bit of talking, but
Fighting for the blue side of the room.
no awkward.
But it
like,
shouldn't be
live
something
video.
like this. It's not gonna.
I'm really excited for Square. They have a lot to
Just
show.
why they do this every year? They do this type of stuff. Like their conference never changes. You always know what to expect from EA like presentation wise.
His opponent fighting for the red side of the room. A competitive.
Even when they take it
I'm-
on the chin every year, I don't know.
I'm legitimately interested to see like outside this whole like hardcore gamers like echo chamber we're in, how people actually feel about this conference.
But are those people watching E3?
That's what I was also about to add. Like, I don't even know if they're watching this.
I don't think they are. That's the problem. Even if you want to get these things out there, and these announcements matter to those people, but they're not seeing these announcements happen. They're seeing it after the fact.
Yeah, and they're not even watching like this stuff. They're just gonna watch the
No,
trailer.
absolutely
Unless
not.
they happen to be fans of those particular people. I assume they're YouTubers or something, or Twitch streamers.
Probably not. They're probably just gonna get Madden every year.
I'm talking about like people watching this section outside and actually enjoy it because they're fans of these two people.
Yeah.
I have no idea who they are, but
I don't either, but maybe we look really lame.
I feel like I was the last one to figure out who Ninja was. So.
Yeah, I still haven't ever seen his stream or whatever.
I think I see a picture. He looks like a generic white dude.
Playing playing on a phone. Oh, I'm super not interested in
And
this.
speaking of Ninja, after we talked about that leak, I'm actually a little excited about Fortnite being on Switch.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good game. Like, you know, I mentioned I like playing my Switch while I like listen to
Podcasts and stuff.
yeah, and some do all that. Fortnite be a good game for that.
Absolutely. I mean, that is like.
And I had fun when we played it. So
it's one of the ultimate. Just pop in for 20 minutes
Yeah.
and just do one match real quick. No, absolutely. I mean,
and it's
Switch
free,
is
so and it shares accounts, right? Or it should.
with. Wait, what?
Like when you use your Epic account, it shares accounts through the systems, right?
I'm not sure. I've only ever played on PlayStation, so I don't really know.
I
But
feel like just signing your Epic account it should, unless Sony is Sony and doesn't allow it.
and Sony might be Sony.
And I think they confirmed it's crossplay. Oh wait, I guess they haven't because it's not official.
It's not confirmed for.
I was thinking of
Switch,
Paladins. They announced crossplay between the Switch and Xbox.
I could see it though. I mean, it seems to be a trend.
I mean, Xbox and Nintendo are doing it with every other game that they could do it with. Minecraft, I think.
So I mean,
Paladins.
while this is going on and we don't give a crap, what do you think the chances are of Microsoft Sony like front-facing thing at E3 that happens, regardless of what it is? Like, what do you think? Like
What do you
at
mean
one,
by that?
like at one of their conferences, they like do some sort of collaboration, or do something like in the wink and the nod at like everyone who's been saying like, what if this happens?
So it's Sony and Microsoft?
I meant to say Nintendo and Microsoft.
Oh.
Sorry, I meant to say Nintendo and Microsoft.
I mean, it's not as
I'm sorry. Okay.
it's not as crazy of a thing as it was a couple of years ago. I feel like the position they're both in, Nintendo's in a better position. They're more open to it, and at this point, they are both gaming consoles, so they are competing with each other at the same time. They're not competing for the exact same thing.
Right.
They're going to complement each other.
And Microsoft just seems to be trying to make as many like consumer-friendly moves as they possibly can.
I mean, I legitimately think if Nintendo allowed it, Microsoft would put Rare Replay on there and allow them to use
I mean, that
some
type,
of Rare games for N64 Classic.
that type of stuff, like, I don't, like, it's hard for me to say, like, it seems like it might be bad for Microsoft in the long run, because it just gives you less reasons to buy an Xbox, unless it's the partnership the other way around, but it's consumer friendly. I mean, it makes people happy for sure.
But there's also the thing where it sounds like Microsoft is not caring less about the actual selling the Xbox and more of their services and making money other ways than just selling the console.
Yeah, the Play Anywhere and
so
everything else. I mean, because that Play Anywhere thing, now that I have this laptop, if a new Fable comes out, this is where I'm playing it. I don't need to borrow your Xbox anymore. And really, honestly, any Xbox game that I care about, I'm going to play it on this if I can run it.
See, I never had a reason to follow. For Play Anywhere, I use cloud saving and that stuff or something like that. I can switch save data between them, right?
I'm not 100% sure if it works for every game, but I think that's the idea, but maybe not. I mean, I think the central thing of it was that every Xbox game you'd be able to play on
And
PC.
I have a decent amount right now. So that means you could borrow.
I mean, we could both, if we wanted to, we could both get things like Sea of Thieves and PUBG and stuff now that we both have PCs. I mean, like, opens up a lot of areas for there.
This is true. Also, you can borrow my Xbox games. I think only Sunset Overdrive doesn't allow it right now. But I think this is where it's happening because it's not on PC. It's only on Xbox One.
Wait, you mean to play on?
Yeah.
I don't have a disk drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that. Mine doesn't have it either.
Yeah. Oh,
I wasn't thinking about. See, it's new, so I'm not thinking about that.
Yep.
That sucks. For some reason, one time I played Beyond Good and Evil on my laptop.
I think I'm gonna be playing Good Media games on this because I've been loving Divinity so much, and it's been really fun to just be able to sit and play on the laptop and everything. And I could see some smaller games. It's kind of just nice to have it on here, and it looks beautiful.
Oh yeah, right now on Twitch, and this goes to anyone listening to this, Banner Saga 1 and 2 are free.
Yes, I need to get on that because I have not got any of the other ones. Banner Saga would be another game that I'd much rather play that on my
both
PC.
games are free right now on there.
Yeah. So what is this?
Command and Conquer? Unless it's a different game? Or unless this is a second Command and Conquer related thing? I'm sorry people are actually happening to watch this. This is not the best one to...
Yeah, definitely watch our other reactions because we're going to have a better setup and be a lot more... We're going to care a lot more and have a lot more to say.
Microsoft will be in, probably because, hey, since now you can play on your PC, you can actually care about their exclusives.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's what I mean. Xbox has a lot of consumer-friendly things, but it's kind of it's at their own expense. But yeah, this is still the same.
And
like, what does the CG thing like do for anyone when the game doesn't look anything like it? It's just kind of.
He's like, they put money in this marketing.
Who cares?
Marketing.
Now, before we close the show with a spectacular epic anthem, I wanted to share a few final things. I am blessed to be able to work with some of the most creative people on the planet who come to work every day.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me look. This might mess up someone's bet.
All of those teams, and what I can say about us is that we're always trying to learn and listen and strive to be better. And so, as you look at the
this Anthem stuff could mess up Will's top Microsoft bet. More Anthem gameplay and exclusive content. His top Microsoft bet. We're getting gameplay here. We may not get it at Microsoft.
Oh, that was specific to Microsoft. Okay, I thought that was just in general. I was like, how did we let him get away with that? Okay.
Yeah. No, it was only because it was just Microsoft.
Right. So, please gameplay.
I mean, sometimes they're just gameplay, so I guess it depends.
We should probably be listening to him.
We know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment you invest, you feel like you're...
Notice how little I played their games?
for that investment. And most importantly, that the games are fun. That we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so, as we think through all the things that we're trying to do, know that we want to be better, and that we want to make great games. And that as much as we love making games, and as much as you love playing them, there's something that is even greater that we can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound. Last weekend was the 3rd year of our Play to Give program, where we show the world how the power of play can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that share our vision for a more inclusive world. A world where representation and equality are not something we strive for, they are the standards. And where bullying and exclusion are not an everyday thread. These 3 organizations, the United Nations He for She, PACE's National Bullying Prevention Center, and Ditch the Label, an anti-bullying organization, all are doing great work, and we're proud to support them through Play to Give. And thank you for your support.
I feel like it's right to compliment EA when they do things right. That's great. You can't say anything about it.
And millions of you together doing immeasurable good because
they're just being too PC, Darby.
Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the incredible privilege of making games for all of you. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at Anthem.
All right, Will, at your wedding. Will is not getting married, by the way.
The gods vanished.
I would hope we'd be invited.
Left our world in chaos. Creating. Altering. Destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
There's a storm coming. These walls can't protect us forever.
Well, this is not gameplay, so if this is all there is, then we'll might.
Yeah, but so that's show by Microsoft in game.
Yeah, but I mean the gameplay might show in Microsoft.
Yeah, that could happen.
Could.
He added something else to it that might make him get half points. And exclusive content
For Microsoft.
Yeah.
That could be a thing.
So he could only get half credit for that potentially.
Is that Muse?
Yes. In fact, I almost saw him live.
Good.
Rebellion.
Good. They could be a fun show.
But we skipped that day, last minute, because no one wanted to go but me. To see the other bands that I really care about Muse. Anthem.
Okay. I mean, cinematic trailers don't do a whole lot for me usually.
Look
Up.
Up.
Is this just some weird little sizzle thing? I don't know if it's supposed to be flashing that much.
No, it is. There's gameplay.
You guys have seen it a couple of times, and it's still cool every time I see it. So I know all of you, like me, have had tons of questions about Anthem since last year because
we're getting a
fans.
Q&A gameplay thing probably.
A little bit different for the rest of the show, and we're going to take a deep dive into Anthem.
Yep.
So I'm
You
going
lost
to
it.
members of the
Not,
Fireworks
I mean, they can still show
team.
gameplay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm
And
welcome
Microsoft.
to
Still
Teases.
See, it wasn't just the
Mark
first
Darren and
gameplay.
Catherine Russo.
No, it was just said gameplay. More gameplay.
Okay. Potentially lost book.
Or at least based on where. I don't know. Sometimes when we say things, like we say what's written or whatever, we kind of modify it to make it legit.
This is a whole thing.
Show, right? Yep. It's going to be very exciting.
Sell us on Anthem.
We're going to go ahead and just jump right in and get started
Yeah.
with you.
I think the goal here should be getting Jeff interested in Anthem, because I feel like that's a hard thing to do. Not anything specific for you, just this is not your type of game.
But before you came back, you actually worked on Anthem before you left.
Not enough anime.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't want to say it.
You know, first of all, it's amazing to be back. It's awesome to be making games for BioWare fans. You know, we have the best fans. So it's been super satisfying to come back to
I
it.
mean,
And,
technically, you
know,
still
I
also
just wanted to
get,
be
you
able
could get
to
half points
see
for
the
exclusive
studio,
content
and that's kind
if
of
they
where
got
I started
that.
with Anthem, is just thinking about,
I'm kind of
what is
hoping
the evolution of a BioWare game?
that
And we wanted
they
to
don't
create
have
a
Anthem
brand new
gameplay at
world
Microsoft,
to discover,
not just because we'll want to get the points.
I hope Microsoft has so many other things that they don't have time for.
Exactly. Did you see the Phil Spencer tweet about the link?
100 minutes.
100 minutes. We're about there, so
I hope that's a tight 100 minutes.
I think they learned from last year.
So that's really the initial
Like,
vision of
the way they did that
game.
stuff was
Not
good.
a multiplayer
The
game,
complaints
but
weren't from
stories
the
that are
pace or
both
anything,
Yeah.
or the amount of
but
games.
something new and different, and I think the
More if they just game to game to game, and this time they don't have a console to sell
Really
and
love
announce. So.
stories from
Yeah,
BioWare,
they
but
also,
I think
yeah.
we're kind of curious how you're planning to make story work in this shared world.
Hold on.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you can have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story's about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now you can build a solution to that, but you have to really build it into the core of the game. And that's what we try to do with Anthem. It's what we call our world, my story. So when you're out in the open world, the world is really dangerous and you're focused on your mission. And this is where other players get to play with you. The thing that's really interesting about this, that's unique for Anthem, is that this is a living shared world. So whether there's weather or it's nighttime, what we're experiencing together. Everyone that's playing Anthem at a moment is seeing the same thing. And this is what we mean when we talk about our world. It's a shared world that we all experience together. But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is
The
a
game
single-player experience.
visually looks
I claim
stunning.
my rewards.
And
talk
if
to some
like
characters,
vertically,
I
if like all of
experience
this is
the
actual
choices of my
playable
action.
thing, it's pretty
And this
crazy.
is where your story really lives and breathes.
It's
And
like visually not worried about this game in the slightest, but
that
it's
impact
definitely.
and agency of a single-player story with the fun of teaming up with your friends to play co-op in combat.
And we're also designing it so that we can add story for years to come. So one of the first things that we hear when from our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds. When they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon Age, players want more story. And so we've designed Anthem in a way that we can actually add more story for years to come. And it could be anything. A new moment with a character that you've grown to love, or an event in the world that deepens the lore,
it's a Destiny game.
or an entirely new storyline and plot.
Well, I'm certainly not going to complain about more story. I don't think anybody out there is going to either. So, Kathleen, I wanted to ask you, from a writing perspective, since you are the lead writer, can you speak to what it's like to create a new world like Anthem from the beginning?
Well, what's really exciting for us, and not just the writers, but all of the devs, the designers, the artists, is that we're creating something new and mysterious for players to discover. So at the heart of the premise of Anthem is a world left unfinished by the gods. But the gods left behind their massive tools, and those tools are in constant conflict with this unknowable force called the Anthem of Creation.
I can't decide, is it Gundam or Iron Man? This one definitely looks way more Gundam.
Means that
This
the
whole
world is
trailer.
constantly being reshaped in new and unpredictable
Give me
ways.
open world Gundam gaming
Storms,
cowards.
mutated creatures, gigantic monsters.
Is that the selling point, Jeff? Is that how they get you in? So this is the closest you're going to get?
Now, something I think a lot
It needs
of
to be a little more
players out there maybe don't stop to think about.
The next picture is just all anime characters. It's like, you can
And
toggle.
for that reason, I'm in.
You can toggle on anime mode in Anthem.
And for that reason, oh yeah, they're premiering that on Friday.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's something we've done
But we're not
a few times
patrons.
at BioWare. You know, and really
I
the
watched their
hardest part is
betting
getting this
specials.
started, just kind of getting off
It's
the
great. I
blank
love
page.
them so much.
So what we tried to do
And
was
Shim is
think about
released.
the new experiences that we're
I
trying to unlock
didn't
for
get
players.
that at all.
So,
But
like, what is
you
the
can just
fantasy
explain it to me
thing,
later.
the new things you actually get to
It's
go
an
and
interesting
do
story.
that are different from what you've played before. So that's where we start, and then once we think about those things, you know, that's the power of creating new IP, especially for games, is that you actually get to build a whole fictional universe that's meant to bring out a certain experience. And then once we do that,
I know we've been
then we kind
spoiled
of-
from
we
like
still need to
Sony
build all
and
the rest of the
Microsoft
stuff,
and
but what
Nintendo
unlocks us
recently and
creatively
stuff, but
is
I
to
just
think
really
about,
feel
like,
like this is an
principles around
antiquated
art
model for an
style,
E3 press
tone,
conference.
and even the technology and the politics of
Like this
our
seems
new
like a
world.
Q&A
And
that
then
someone
from
who
there we
is
can actually
visiting
go and
E3
build
could
out
go
every
to,
last
and that's an
detail.
interesting thing. Like if I was there, I'd be like, okay, I'll go. I'm there, and I want to hear a deeper dive on all these things. But
It's a world, an experience
just feel
that's
like a
meant to
press
feel
conference
alive,
should
like
be
it's
spent.
happening right now. And
I don't
so
know.
the world is always changing.
Different.
It's an interesting thing about the way people,
seasons,
the different ways people
and,
view these press
yeah, it's a
conferences.
really great concept to write
Seen
for.
some people complaining
What it
about the
means
fact
is
like
it gives us the
Sony's
opportunity
ones are
to
pretty much just
draw
trailers.
into the
Yeah.
world,
I
almost in
mean,
real time, a
you
dramatic
can,
event that changes
you know, it's
the
just
world
different
for
approaches.
everyone. And that could be anything from
But-
gameplay to lore.
I mean, there's all of the moving parts in the dynamic world.
Okay, we're probably gonna
Sounds
get
really cool
something a
to
little
sound
more
like they're
akin
gonna
to
come
this.
together.
It's just
So
like,
even though there's
I mean,
a
if
lot
I
to say
thought
about
people
going
were
on,
being
it
more
also
candid
comes
and
to
stuff when they
your
talked,
character.
it'd be one thing.
So
But
let's
these
talk
are
about
always
who
just
we're
kind
gonna
of
be playing
PR
as
fluff
and why
answers
we're
that
fighting
anyone
for
ever
these
gives to
keys.
these things.
So you are a freelancer, uniquely skilled.
But we might get something a little more akin to this at Sony's conference with the Big Four.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be full on this, but
to survive and fight in this world, because the world will kill you. But on top of that, our ancient rivals, the Dominion, have they
I
discovered
never
a
heard that
way
name
they
before,
think
Darby.
to weaponize
For an
the
enemy.
anthem
Dominion.
of creation, and
Dominion.
so we need to stop them and protect the free people of Tarsus.
Now, I've heard you call this power armor a couple different things. Is it a suit? Is it a javelin? Like, what's the
Is it a
canon
Gundam?
here?
We call them javelins, and there
Oh,
are
so
four,
how long do you think
and,
this
they
conference is
each
gonna
have,
be,
unique
Jeffrey?
abilities. There's
Like
the
fuck.
Ranger, and then there's the
Dunk.
Colossus, the Interceptor, and finally the Storm.
Yeah, so each javelin gives you a different way to play the game. But the thing to remember is, like Kathleen said, you're not your suit. You are a freelancer, a pilot, which means you can decide which suit you want to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to engage in, or the javelins that your friends are using. So really what this allows us to do is we've built the suits to look like they're built from the materials of the world.
so they each have their own unique abilities. So let's take a look at the Ranger now. The Ranger is a more generalized suit, able to do a lot of different things, really designed for up-close and personal combat, one-on-one for the most part. The Colossus is heavier, more specialized, but able to really pack in big weapons that let them devastate the battlefield.
Sorry about that.
Stupid phones.
I'm just gonna say the storm looks like
I forgot what I was
my
gonna say.
favorite. I'm sure you guys are
I was saying this is kind of their version of that Battlefront thing last year, but not as bad.
Yeah.
Like, at least this is interesting stuff to people.
This, I mean, at least you're getting information out of those. The others.
I think part of it is the fact that it's been
What kind of customization options will be available in Anthem?
Yeah, so we really want players to express themselves, both through customizing the way they're
Just taking like Twitter questions.
plays, through gear and weapons.
I think part of the problem with this, I'm more open to this stuff, but we done so much talking during this conference.
You just
and not like a lot of new stuff.
You feel exhausted. It's just hard to.
And because you're going to be using a javelin for a long
Well, it's like, I would honestly rather read all this stuff in like an IGN article than I would watch it on this.
has a question
Actually.
Customization, monetization, how, when, loot box, cosmetics.
Yeah, so we are going to have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it.
So no loot boxes.
No loot boxes. They have indirectly multiple times addressed the loot
Oh,
box.
that's a thing in like almost every modern game now. You have to answer that question.
Yeah. Well, especially when it's something like this, some big multiplayer thing.
Yeah, it's hard looking to Destiny like.
With customization, like, yeah.
Provides new content for a long period of time, new story, new experiences for everyone.
Well, I'm glad to hear that I can make my javelin.
What if we get loot boxes in Smash?
Smash.
Smash. You want Smash? Smash in 3 days.
Being a co-op experience. So can you tell me a little bit about how the team gameplay is?
They're gonna fix this in the future because you can't hear the echo. But
the fun of teaming up as
we'll go out and
a
get
team
some.
of superheroes and working together. So you want to get a few people together of different classes.
Just want to
so,
Smash.
you know, I think here we're going to see the
Today's
Colossus,
Smash stuff, though,
you
darling.
know, just hammering people on the ground in gameplay. If we can have a look at that. So heavy artillery, being really strong, you know, in melee combat. And then here you
Stuff
got
looks
Ranger
cool, but
shooting down from above. And then they're using combos and special abilities and stuff like that. But what I love is you don't just run
just
around.
can't help
you're
that feel
swimming
like the
and
story's
flying
gonna be
as well.
hollow and it's still gonna be
So it's
mostly
interesting because
yeah.
as the Sleep Tones wants
A
to know,
multiplayer thing like Destiny that I think looks cool, but I'm never gonna get into, and people are gonna be way too good and involved.
The impact of having your own personal story with the fun of playing with other players. But we really want to make sure that that playing with other people feels like a choice. So for people that want to just experience the story,
You're going to be able to do that. Now, going out into an open world like this by yourself is going to be a little bit more challenging than if the team of 4 people. And we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun, even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Okay, that's good to know. If you want to roll solo, you can, but...
It's muted.
Yeah, you muted it.
I'm an idiot.
I was wondering why you muted. Like, yeah, because there's a reason. I guess because he was asking a good question.
I'm an idiot. I'm just an idiot.
Alright, so, Kathy, I think you're going to set this up for us?
I will. So, you and your friends have decided to play a mission called Scars and Villainy. The Scars have put together an acid-based super weapon, so you gotta take that.
There's a group called the Scars 2. The Scars, the Dominion.
It's like a giant walker, and it's
Sequel to the
your 4 days
Scars.
of operations. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we experience it here. And yeah, then you just get into your
We have a new
javelin
viewer,
suit
Jeff.
and you head out with
What?
your friends.
We have a new viewer.
Alright, well,
Hello, new
thank
person,
you so
probably
much,
Jacob.
Mark. Thank you, Kathleen, for talking to me about Anthem today. We're going to go ahead and roll the gameplay now. Enjoy, everybody.
Oh, we also get gameplay, Darby.
Okay.
Well, your bet's not looking good.
No, it's not. Yeah,
Why
wouldn't be surprised if
would Microsoft show off a whole bunch of Anthem stuff when we're getting all this?
Yeah, it seems
I can see a trailer.
EA's just kind of like showing everything they would have shown at both conferences in this one.
Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
Yeah, sorry, Jeff.
What's the plan here?
Nope, there it is.
Take a look around the area, but be careful.
Are the characters? I don't know.
I don't think so.
It had a little thing down there.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
But if someone says, awesome, I got like a Gatling gun. Sweet, that's awesome.
I went back and watched it, and it's terrible. It's like...
Check hands, got hands some more.
I think that's supposed to be someone, though.
Weapons, other turrets. Better move quickly.
It's just like the way you would think that everyone goes into Anthem with a full like audio studio. Yep. By the way that these things sound.
The average Anthem player has better equipment than us, Darby.
Yeah. It's probably not that far off from the truth.
Yeah.
Is it weird? Just with even all this stuff, it's still hard for me to completely tell, like, you know, just moment to moment.
They keep on jumping
Is there
around.
a campaign thing that you're going through? Or is it just,
Yeah.
If I had played more of Destiny, it would probably be clearer.
And we made it sound like there is a story and you just play it with people.
Yeah. I mean, it could be really cool.
Yeah.
Very interested to see. I know BioWare needs this to be a success. Which, I mean, I think it will be a critical, or a commercial success, probably.
We'll see what reviewers say. Watch out for the Nerds at Large review of Anthem, coming early to 2019.
It was Jacob. Alright, Jacob, we understand. He's leaving. Thank you, Jacob.
Silence. Disaster reverses. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
I mean, it visually looks pretty cool, JD's gone.
That was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from...
Our only viewer.
On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay. There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down...
Hopefully Jacob will be there for Square and Sony and stuff.
Hopefully.
I guess Nintendo
I'll try
was talking about potentially getting a Switch, so...
Yeah. I'll try to promote those more, too.
Oh yeah, I guess speaking of Nintendo, I guess you're not going to be able to watch that one either?
Tuesday at what?
Noon.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, if I get the Square thing, I can do one for that, too.
Unless I can just go in later, I might be able to. We'll see.
Well, if you wanted to try, you could try to run by my house for that. And then run the work afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll probably try to do if I'm able to.
Especially if I'm doing it for Square, I don't know how to get it set up at least.
Yeah.
Come by the Anthem Theater here at
Let's see if we have any last thing.
So I'm
Like
sure the
early
question
state.
on
Yeah.
everyone's minds, when do we get to
Yep.
play?
So Anthem comes out February 22nd.
They gave an exact date.
Isn't that the exact same date as Way Out? Days Gone?
I think so.
I think it's literally the same exact day.
Dang.
Like, look it up, but
I'm pretty sure, because I think I remember Days Gone, like, oh, it's my sister's birthday.
Give it up for Casey Hudson, everybody!
That's something.
I knew they were going to be side by side.
All of the developers who showcase their games today, and everybody
Yep.
working hard at their studios
Exact same
back
day.
home around the world. Let's give them all a round of applause.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Days Gone is really screwed now, even more than normally was.
I agree. I feel like if one of them's going to get hurt from it, it's Days Gone.
Absolutely.
Free trial of FIFA 18's World Cup today.
Also think
And
Days
Andrew
Gone
told us about the free trial
could
of
still get
Origin
delayed.
Access. Yarny is back with a buddy in Unravel 2, which is also available today.
Wait, what?
Plus, you can take on your friends in Command and Conquer Rivals
Wait.
starting today as
Did we miss a
well.
shadow drop?
It did, like, cut out right when they were at the end of that.
Download anything? No? You're like, I just want to go outside into the fan fest. I get it.
We might be downloading something, Darby.
To keep your streams going, because in just a few moments, the FIFA 18 World Cup live tournament is going to begin. I'm gonna head out
First 24 minutes of Unravel. Yeah, my shadow dropped.
everybody for coming down to EA Play today and watching the press conference, and have a great weekend.
See what you can play today. We missed.
Is it the full game?
Yes. We missed the Shadow Drop announcement.
We missed the one thing that would have been good to have a reaction to.
Dang it.
That's the one part that skipped out. Like, people were cheering. Like, when it came back from where it skipped out, people were cheering.
I brought my PlayStation.
Yay!
I am willing to...
We would have been a lot happier throughout this conference, probably, if we had just seen that.
We missed the one announcement. I would have been really happy.
I know. Like, it was literally like the 2 seconds of this conference we like really wanted to see is the 2 seconds that it skipped out on. It's the worst.
Okay, we're gonna need to watch this.
Yep.
So, Dory, how do you want to do this?
Goodbye. I want to... Alright. So that was that. Let us... Alright, let's just transition, Jeff. Over. So, I'm gonna sit with just the... Let's like turn and like face each other or something. Or this could work. We can just keep doing this. But I made this. Let me just... You talk while I do this.
Oh, but... The first step has been done for Rainy Day Ian's final bet becoming true. We got the first shadow drop.
The first one is...
It's still going strong.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And also, Ultima Brad's cannot come true.
Well,
because he said Dark Cloud 3 coming out on PS4 and PC.
Yeah.
But Sony owns the IP. So it cannot come true.
That's not
I blame Kyle for that one, though.
Oh, yeah. I'll just continue to let that...
Shadow Drop hype!
I'll just continue to let that play in the background. So you want to... Alright. I'm going to transition, Jeff, into... our thing. Hey, okay. So, Jeff.
So, Darby.
E3 2018 happened.
It has started.
It has started, yeah. I meant to say E3 EA. No, that's it, Jeff.
Yep.
That was all of E3.
I'm trying to pull up something that has all the announcements for... Because normally, IGN's usually good at having something after the conference where it says all the announcements.
Yeah.
We should probably start taking notes.
Yes. At least this is one of the less, the ones that is less necessary probably overall. But
I agree.
While you pull that up, I'll just start talking about it. So I guess I'll also introduce this. So hello and welcome to our EA E3 2018 reactions. I guess. Sounds about right. I'm Darby Hallman.
I guess the reactions we're watching it. I'm Jeff Mayo.
We just watched the EA press conference, and Jeff...
It was an EA press conference.
It was an EA press conference. You really kind of know what to expect at this point when it comes to EA's like E3 presence. The presentation always leaves a good bit to be desired. It's a lot of talking, a lot of just people kind of awkwardly giving PR answers to their game. It's not very captivating, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
But it's one of these things like we expect this at this point. I wish the EA would just tweak some things, because I feel like they had some good announcements in this, and like showing that much of Anthem. They had some things that people wanted to see. But even when they're showing games that I care about, like even the EA originals, it's so hard to really get invested when the presentation is just so kind of archaic and bland.
Yeah, a lot of talking. I think you mentioned it. It's like, you mentioned less talking, more showing.
Yeah, like that's. I think the EA needs to learn to show, not tell. That's the biggest thing, I think. But honestly, focusing on this, I think this is this is a tired thing. Like, we all know the EA's press conferences, the presentation's not very exciting. So
we know what we're getting.
I think that droning on about that forever is not the most useful thing in the world. So instead, Jeff, let's talk about some of the things we saw. First off, Unravel 2 is out right now, Jeff.
We missed that part because on our stream, it stuttered during that part.
Like, literally, it stuttered for like 2 seconds, and that was the 2 seconds when that must have been announced. Because we didn't know until the very end when they said all the things you can play today or something like Unravel 2, and Jeff's like, wait, what?
What? So I'll probably be downloading that after we're done with this.
Is that going to be like the next game you play now?
I guess.
That's a way to get you to play it immediately. That's pretty hype and pretty crazy. Because when did Unravel come out? That was 2015, right? Or was it 2016?
Yes. It was 2016. I think it was announced in 2015.
Okay, that's a pretty quick turnaround.
It's a smaller title, 2D platformer.
Yeah, so I mean, for the game to be out, like, it had to be done a while ago because it's out now. Like, it's out today.
I mean, if you think that they started working on it shortly after, that's 2 years.
Yeah,
Development.
I guess so. But what did you think about the actual like trailer and everything? The fact that I think the biggest things are, it's like it has a co-op thing now.
Yep, they have Little Blue Yarny. I don't know if that's an official name for that.
That's what
guy.
Everyone's gonna probably call him.
Yeah, and they said you can play either single player or with 2 players.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're a single player, you just switch between them, or they combine into one red blue Yarny thing, or get in the back or something.
Purple Yarny.
Yeah. Or obviously the 2 player, 1 player controls both of them, and you saw puzzles and stuff.
Yeah. My only worry there is I hope that it feels natural both ways, because it kind of seemed like the first player thing, like not actually playing it or whatever. Like I haven't played it obviously, but
we can today.
But we can today. But seeing that the first player one to me looked like it could be kind of annoying to have to like control this one and then go control this one and then go back to the other one. It just sounds kind of tedious. Whereas the 2 player, it would be easier. Maybe it feels better than I think there. That would be my only concern with that. But did it say price point for it?
Let me see.
That would be a big thing.
It says available today. It may not be up yet.
Yeah, I know they said.
Also, I saw someone I went to Resetera just real quick to see the reactions. Obviously, people like awesome, and someone pointed out it's 2 players and the 2 Yarnies are the color of the Joy-Cons. Yet no Switch version.
That is disappointing. I didn't even think about that. Did not even think about that. Well, I'm gonna try to. Well, I guess I can't go back. I was gonna try to get the conference going again in the background, but. But all right.
It may not be up yet, but
yeah, it's probably not up yet. Do you have other things?
Let's see. I mean, we could do the thing of just going. Well, I don't have the normal. I think because
I'll
we're
be
doing.
Right back, but you talk.
Okay. Normally, when we did this stuff last year, we had IGN or someone put up just one article of a list of everything imported that was announced. But since we did live streaming and went directly into this, we don't have that up yet. So we'll have to go based on the order of the articles on IGN.
Okay.
So you just want to go through that, Darby?
Yeah.
I mean, it might be a quick little dirty thing.
I mean, this doesn't need to be very long.
Yeah. Okay, they start with Battlefield 5.
Yep.
Showed some. They didn't show single player stuff. They said it's going to be shown at Microsoft tomorrow, which is fine.
Yep. No, just separate it off. Give Microsoft something to show there.
And if we understood right, because we were kind of talking for it.
Okay.
They mentioned a battle, or sound like a battle royale mode.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah, was there more details will come later this year? Let's see. I don't even think they gave a release window.
That's surprising to me.
Oh wait. Oh wait, never mind. It's coming out October 19th.
Okay.
That's why they didn't. Yeah.
Okay, well that's interesting to not show the details and stuff about the battle royale right now.
Yeah, if we understood right. They went into FIFA, which was a bunch of
It's FIFA.
Yeah.
I mean, like, let's be real. That's just not our gaming wheelhouse. That's not what a lot of people.
I mean, we're watching FIFA right now.
We are. I mean, it's just something to show. But
It looks, to me, it looks the same as any other.
I mean, and it's like this game sells so much every year, but most people who watch E3 and most people that are doing these things like this don't really care
Same
about
with
it.
Madden and the NBA game, which we missed it, but they announced the release date for.
And that's the thing, like,
game.
EA also has it against it. Like, these things are predictable and they're boring because we see them every year and we don't care about them, but they have to show them just because they're so huge. But I still just feel like there could be a way to show them more concisely. And I mean, we don't have anything to say about FIFA. I'm just going to jump to Madden. I don't know if that was next, but Madden, I'm kind of surprised to not have seen a story mode.
I think there was talk that they might be not doing it this year and then potentially making like an every other year thing.
Okay.
Or I don't know if that was like a rumor happened or if someone just discussed the possibility because we have not heard anything about it.
I mean, it could be something they want more than a year to
Maybe.
But
then there's the whole thing of, in a way, you're releasing a yearly game, but every other year maybe has less content.
Like subpar, yeah. But a lot of people probably just won't even know the difference. Like,
that's one of those things. A vast majority of players don't care about the single player. There is going to be a subset of players that get it just for it, or that be at least part of the reason, the baptism of the edge. But the vast majority of players get it for the multiplayer and may play the single player just because it's there.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought that was kind of a selling point of last year. Like, hey, it's something different or whatever. So I just assumed that was going to kind of, at least for a while, be a repeating thing.
Now, Darby.
But
the next thing, at least according to IGN, was something that got you excited for 2 seconds, and then they started talking, and they only talked.
All right.
We got a little bit about Respawn's Star Wars game. It's called Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Right. But it was basically
awkward.
It was very awkward. They just sat in it was just Andrea sitting in the crowd with, I forgot the guy's name, but someone from Respawn. And just the build up, it was like, we're going to see this game. It's like, cool, this is going to kind of like somewhat make up for Visceral Star Wars game in closing, because we're about to see this awesome new Star Wars game. And then just as it went on, I was like, oh wait, he's just going to talk about it.
Yeah, some other facts, obviously. It has Jedi in the name. You're playing as a Jedi. You're going to do the lightsaber. Ooh, so exciting. But a very interesting thing is it's aiming for a holiday 2019 release.
Yeah.
So that means we will 100% see it next E3.
Yeah, it'll have another E3. I mean, that doesn't surprise me, but but my whole thing with this is
there's no reason to talk about it.
If literally basically all they were showing here was the title and that it was taking place between episode 3 and 4 and that it involved Jedis.
Yeah.
That's about it. And I think if that was all you were going to show, either number one, and preferably don't show anything, just don't talk at E3. I think it just makes it worse to do that. And if you're going to, all the information, wouldn't have that been so much more hype to be like a video? Even like, they showed Metroid Prime 4 and it was like, boom, or whatever, and like hype, and like it feels like a big deal.
And also a difference is we knew this game was coming.
That's it.
So like with Metroid
4,
Prime 4 and all these other times we get little teaser trailers or short little cinematic things, a lot of times they're surprises.
Right.
We knew this game existed.
Exactly.
So there's the reason like Darby's getting excited. I was interested to hear like where they're going with it, at least, because like, okay, this could be an interesting Star Wars game. Let's see where they go with it. And we got some details, but we got the bare minimum.
Yeah. Like, I think this, with the little amount of info here, I mean, I think it just kind of comes down to EA looks at their press conference a much different way than the other people, and a much different way than we do and a lot of people that we follow. In that, like, I feel like that should have just been a short little interview with IGN or something. To just like...
Short little press release.
Yeah, short little press release or something. Like, oh, we're hard at work on it. Don't worry, it's coming. But to put time in your E3 press conference when as soon as you say Star Wars, people are going to immediately be like, oh, that trailer's coming. That hot trailer's coming. And anything less than that is going to be disappointing. And I understand, like, maybe that's a problem of just the audience expecting things, but I think that has to factor in there, you know?
Well, and also just the way they did it was just so awkward. It's like it was thrown together at the last minute.
It felt very, very, very thrown together. And, like, the guy did not seem like he was very rehearsed in what he was saying. It was kind of rambly. And it was just like, that's okay maybe for some other smaller game, but that's arguably, like, the biggest game talked about here.
Yeah.
But it was talked about in such a lackluster, like, stumbly way. Like, you can't just mention Star Wars and then do that. Like,
well, speaking of lackluster Star Wars news, they talked a little about Battlefront 2.
Right.
And by that, I also mean they really just talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
They mentioned, okay, we're giving you some prequel characters for Battlefront 2. General Grievous, they show him up in the thing, the screen, like, okay, fine. Then they mention Obi-Wan, which is like, he wasn't already in the game.
We're both like, oh wait, he wasn't in the game.
I mean, I wouldn't know. Interested in the Star Wars games, but, even me, I'm like,
it seems like obvious.
But then they didn't show him on screen. Then they named Luke Skywalker, I think another character.
Or Anakin
Skywalker.
Yeah.
And they didn't show them on the screen. It's like, was this all stuff run together last minute?
Like, it's weird that they showed Grievous, but they didn't show the other one.
They didn't show anything. It's weird.
It did also feel very last minute. And, like, I don't know, the way they talked about it is they said, basically, they addressed the problems of Battlefront 2, like, we know that we messed up, certain things like that. But then they didn't really show anything that fixed those problems, or that made me, like, excited about it. I feel like if you're gonna say that, if you're gonna, like, we own up to this, but we have this, and this is why you want to come back to Star Wars Battlefront 2. But hearing we messed up, and then just hearing someone talk for a while about things they might do, like, it's.
But during Clone Wars stuff and
I mean, it's just, I don't know, like, prequels. I know people like the Clone Wars cartoon thing or whatever, but I mean, like, this is gonna look way more like other stuff, and it's just, I just don't care. Maybe other people do. I mean, that's
Darby. Next is, we kind of mentioned the good stuff, the EA original stuff.
Yes.
We didn't get one like we normally do, but 2 EA originals. The other one, the Unravel 2, which is out right now. I think, or it's supposed to be out today, which,
at least, very soon.
I mean, I'm probably gonna get it just because I want to support them at least. I don't know when I'll play it exactly, but I'm just gonna probably get it.
Yeah.
I imagine it's like $20.
Yeah.
So, but also we got, and I think we may have already seen this game at some point in a tease. I feel like we had. It looked kind of familiar.
I had not. I don't think.
They talked about Sea of Solitude, which. Also start with the problem where the person came out and was just kind of rambling a little bit.
It went on way too long to get to the trailer.
But then we got the trailer, which I think we both found very interesting.
Yeah, it got my attention. Like, art style wise, looked very, very cool.
Yeah.
It looks like a very artsy thing, almost like stick with me, but not like visually. It doesn't look like it, but it kind of reminded me of almost like a Shadow of a Colossus type thing. Like, where I kind of predict that this game's not going to have like a traditional just like, we're telling you straight the story.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot more of a introspective, like,
play as well as like a monster girl, and you're jumping around on a boat and all this stuff, and weird stuff's happening around town, like the water, ocean, whatever you would want to call it, river, whatever. The water either disappears or separates down the middle that you walk by.
So it jumps like stuff. She's Moses.
Yeah, and hands coming out of the water, and just monsters, and like a monster about to
She's
eat
crowd
her.
surfing.
Yeah, and monster is like, about to eat her and all that kind of stuff. Like, okay, visually this looks very interesting, and every EA original is interested in me at some point. I haven't played Faye.
Yeah, but even that doesn't seem like a bad game. That seems like the worst one or whatever. But
that was just more of a timing
mostly been
thing.
knocking it out of the park, and I'm glad to see them double down on it to the point where they're doing 2 instead of just the 1.
Yeah, I'm glad that it wasn't just Unravel 2 as the style designer. That's like, I want to see more new stuff from it. So I'm happy we got a sequel to 1 that ended up good, and a new one which looks very interesting, like all the other ones.
This is definitely the best thing EA has done in the last few years, I feel like, is giving these independent studios the money and resources.
Yeah. We don't know Faye. I can't remember the official pronunciation.
I think it's Fia, wasn't it?
Fia, okay.
I think.
I don't know how that's so, but Unravel obviously did get enough to get a sequel, and they mentioned in the press conference, we talked about on the podcast, A Way Out did
amazing. Yeah, they talked about it. Yeah.
And they mentioned they should bring it up in the press conference that their studio, Hazelight, that's the name of the studio, right? something.
I remember.
Mentioned I think they're moving and they're getting like a bigger studio.
Getting
congrats
more
to them.
resources.
That's great.
Yes.
We still need the playaway out. We got it.
Yeah, I plan to. We definitely need to.
And now we got another EA original that we can play co-op together.
That's just so big that was shadow drop. That's so crazy.
And we missed the announcement.
And
that's one of those things that get me hyped because I really like Unravel.
I know. I wanted to see you get like excited. That would have been really cool.
And next thing, just small thing, NBA Live 19 coming out September 7th. Another September game.
If you care, you've already looked at that, probably.
Yeah, but that game's going to be fine no matter how many games are September because those games sell regardless.
Yep.
We got a Command and Conquer mobile game, which that went on way too long.
Can we move on?
Okay. Then I'm pretty sure we just went into Anthem.
Okay.
We went into the long Anthem.
All right. So what did you?
Wait. Actually, okay. We can talk about Anthem. Then we can talk about more details for the EA Origin Access premiere.
Okay. Yeah. So that was
premiere. Word of the day, kids.
Kind of a beefier tier of the subscription service.
Okay. So here's it's gonna Origin Access Premier subscribers will have full access to new EA games ahead of their scheduled releases. This includes access to Anthem a week early, Battlefield. Yeah, it looks like all this is about a week early. Subscription tier launches this summer for $50 per month or $100 a year, compared to $5 per month or $30 per year for Origin Access Basic. Will also include the same benefits Access Origin, which features a volume of over 100 games and a 10% discount on Origin purchases and a free 7-day trial. The basic Origin Access subscription is now available for June 17th.
And this is all PC.
Yep, all
PC. That, yeah. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool that you get access to more things. Like, I don't know. How much was it? Did you say it was? It's not that important if you don't remember. But
and it's $100 a year.
Okay.
Maybe like $13 a month or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Would you consider getting that now that you have a PC?
Problem is, I don't care about EA games.
Me too. That is kind of where it comes to. I care about so little of them that it probably wouldn't be worth it. But
now I'm going to throw this out there. Oh, actually, this is a discussion for another day. Me and you can talk about it off camera. I was thinking now that we got these powerful PCs, Xbox Game Pass looks more tempting for us.
I think
it does.
We'll
look into it afterwards. They got a sale going on right now.
If that is how it works, I just assumed that you had to get it on Xbox for Xbox Game Pass.
We'll look at it afterwards. That could be a
fine.
very big. That could be a big thing for us.
It could be huge. Then, if that's the case, then it's like Sea of Thieves. Let's do it.
State of Decay 2. Why not?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay. They talked about Anthem.
Right.
Obviously, the biggest game of this thing,
yeah.
And makes perfect sense that they gave the bulk of their conference to this. The ending, like 20-ish minutes.
So, what did you think?
I think it looked fine. It's just one of those things. I get why people are hyped about it, even after Andromeda.
Yeah.
What they say is good. I see why what they say is appealing with the whole. It's a story-driven game, but it's meant to be played with people.
Yeah.
Even though we got that with kind of Destiny and stuff, but Destiny has been a disappointment for a lot of people. And even though Andromeda is what Andromeda is. BioWare has a good record overall.
Yeah.
Even though this is a different thing, so I get why people excited.
I don't think that BioWare's reputation is completely tarnished and everything. Like I think
this game is a mess in some way.
Yeah. And I worry about because I mean a lot of people have had a lot of problems with Destiny 2 and Destiny. Obviously, I don't follow it close enough, but I feel like
Destiny just did a crazy thing where you got to pay $80 more a year or something.
To get the new content or something?
Yeah, it was a weird thing. I don't know the exact details, but I can't remember because I was just kind of half listening, when Kind of Funny Games Daily were talking about it. But, okay, so you need the game. You need to get all the expansions, but then you need to pay an extra $40 a year or something, or $7 for the premier content. That sounds like a lot of money.
Yeah.
For one game.
But, anyway, looking at I agree, it's hard to say many bad things about the way this game looks. Visually stunning.
No, I get why people are really into this game. It's one of the most anticipated games of this E3 and the next year. It's just one of those things. More so for me, especially for me, it's not my thing.
Yeah, me too. So sorry about the dog. That's for some reason it's hard for me to get too excited about this too.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What? Was it?
Talk about it.
Some of so what I need to say, but yeah, it looks interesting. And a very important announcement, they announced the exact release date. We heard rumors of it.
Exact same day as Days Gone.
Yes, February 22nd, which we have not got the Days Gone thing yet. All in a thing, but
no,
we can talk about that later. That's big, especially since Crackdown is pushed to February as its date right now.
Yeah.
We don't know if that'll hit it, and then who knows what else we'll get during that time, because E3 just begun, baby.
E3 has just begun, baby.
So, I'm interested to see how that goes with Days Gone and Anthem going head-to-head, or if Days Gone, more so than Anthem, might potentially move. Because
I think Days Gone is the one that would get hurt in that scenario.
I agree. Because Sony, the last couple of years, like this year and last year mainly, with their first-party things, have been successful with having a big first-party title just kind of by itself for the most part at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Now you have a BioWare game on the exact same day, and this is just anecdotal, but people seem to be far less excited for Days Gone than Horizon and God of War.
No, I mean, I think that's
and Shadow of the Colossus
100%. I mean, I'm a lot less excited. Like I have to be sold.
I think it's one of those things where in our echo chamber it's that way, but it seems like outside of it people are more excited, which I think makes sense.
Yeah. But it also seems surprising for it to skip out on E3 this year when it's not going to get another one. It's not supposed to get another E3, which is really weird. I know we're talking about Sony games now in this EA thing, but whatever. It's interesting. It's very interesting.
We'll talk about that for the Sony thing.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Any last Anthem things? I mean, like, how do you think... I expect Anthem to come out and do really well.
Oh, yeah, I expect people to continue to be talking about Anthem, especially since people actually heard everything.
I don't know if Anthem will do Destiny numbers. Maybe. But I feel like it's going to be big. I feel like it's going to be a big deal.
I feel like if it does things right and doesn't have the flubs that Destiny has, it could do it.
Yeah. And I also could see there being lots of controversies with it. Like, a lot of people unhappy about certain things.
Oh, and something else.
I think there's going to be a lot of hot takes about Anthem now and when it comes out.
I
think there's going to be a lot
but something else, just because loot box are the hot topic, which they've addressed multiple times. So, congrats, Will. You get those points.
Yes, absolutely got that.
They were kind of vague about it in some parts, but you unquestionably get those points.
Yeah,
but they mentioned, as far as like microtransactions go, it's all cosmetic. And it's not loot box. You get to pick what you do.
Yeah, they were very clear about that.
I think it's the best way to do that stuff.
It is. I mean,
I don't
really have a problem with it when it's cosmetic.
I can't see people complain about that. No. Unless then you just complain about DLC in general.
Yeah, but can't really help you there.
Actually, well, let's see the price first.
Yes, yeah. I mean, but if it's
just the idea of it.
If it's just cosmetic or something, it's just like, I'm not going to buy it, but if other people want to, good for them.
I mean, it's not like the normal thing, because again, it's not loot boxes, at least what they told us, so it's not the whole gambling thing. It's just pretty much DLC.
Yeah. I mean, and if it's an optional thing that, like, that guy buying some funky skin doesn't affect me at all in my gameplay, then fine, that's whatever. It doesn't matter, really.
Yep.
So
overall, we're positive on Anthem. I don't think we're getting it, but just in the general sense.
Yeah, I'm positive. It's still like I think it looks like maybe the best video game I've ever seen visually. I mean, when they're flying vertically up through those things.
I would agree. I feel like I would agree more if we didn't see it on just kind of the stream.
This is true. I mean, like, but I think it has the potential.
No, and when you mentioned
or at
it,
least
like,
in scope, like a game with that much. Like,
I agree. Like you mentioned it perfectly. Like when we were watching the thing about if like the verdict. Yeah. If you can actually go to all those places and it actually be meaningful stuff, that's
wild. It's wild because
you see those Gundam-ass looking mofos flying all over the place. I'm just gonna call them Gundams.
Looking mofos. Yeah. I mean, they look like Gundams.
They look like rip-off Gundams.
They look like Americanized Gundams that doesn't want to admit they're Gundams, but they're Gundams. Like they'll never admit that. They'll never say the word Gundams. But
I mean, they're not because they're like human suit things, but they look like Gundams.
They do. They actually.
Gundams are cooler.
Actually look like Gundams. But
overall, I'm just going to say this is probably my favorite EA press conference in the last
and
week.
it's nuts.
Just because of the EA original content, we got a shadow drop of a title I really like.
Yeah.
And one that really interests me that we're getting early next year.
Well, I would agree because I feel like last year, their big thing was look at a boring match of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Yeah. This time, their big thing was look at all this awesome Anthem stuff. So that's a lot bigger too. And the double down in the EA originals.
Yeah. If you watched our live reactions to it, you know, we talked a lot during the Anthem stuff, so we didn't get all the details. But just based on what I saw/heard, that stuff I imagine is very interesting to people who are interested in Anthem. And they talked a lot of important stuff, like how they were integrating story with the whole multiplayer thing and the whole loot boxes and cosmetic stuff. So I think they said the right stuff based on what I saw.
I think so too.
So,
I mean, it's another EA press conference. Presentation, terrible, uninteresting. But I think there were some good announcements there. It's nothing too surprising aside from the Unraveled stuff.
Yeah, I'll say no major AAA announcement game there, but I guess they technically did Battlefield not long ago, so.
And technically there was talk with the Respawn game is technically a AAA talking. I mean, it wasn't even an announcement because we knew it was. Anyway. Well, let us know what you thought about the EA E3 2018 press conference. And stay tuned for all of our other press conferences. We are going to try to stream all the ones that we can. So look out for that on our Twitch channel is Nerds at Large Gaming is our Twitch channel.
And then this all should be up on our YouTube channel afterwards. And as far as streaming, we should have Will for the Sundays, Microsoft and Bethesda, I assume. We'll definitely should all be together for Sony. Ubisoft's a question mark, and if we do anything for Square and Nintendo, it sounds like it might just be me.
Yeah. And we might not have time to do the whole streaming thing. So it's going to be, obviously this isn't our full-time job. So we're going to kind of be here and there. But all of these conferences, we will at least have some sort of talk about them.
We'll definitely we'll talk about them.
Yeah, and they will all be in the podcast feed on the Nerds at Large Gaming podcast feed. All of these post reactions will be in there no matter what. So we got a lot. We got a lot we're doing next few days.
E3 is here.
E3 is here.
We got a shadow drop I like.
We got a shadow drop. We really we shouldn't be complaining as much because we got that Yarny shadow drop. So
nice beat Yarny.
I need food. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
So that actually